Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is yet another episode of the Q&A with my very good friend Justin and myself and his wife hiding behind the camera. And this has turned out to be an awful lot of fun for us to do. So hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying making it, because this has been rather entertaining. Now, as ever, these are questions posed by you, answers given by us. But if you want to be able to get immediate answers to your direct questions, you're always welcome to join us on Patreon on Sunday evenings. We have a get-together and we talk directly with one another, and that is the best way to support what we're doing. This is not free, as Justin pointed out once before. We do not monetize the channel. We have no intention of monetizing the channel, so it is direct support from y'all that makes this happen. I've already done too much talking.
That's right. Okay, let's get started, guys. This first question comes from Shepherd Services 317. You know who you are, buddy. If one leaves but doesn't know if they will get a job and a place to live, how does one deregister? Just tell them you're moving to Germany with no address and no idea if you will succeed? I think we covered deregistration in a previous video.
We did, but that's a take on it, because what somebody's asking is, how do I deregister not knowing if I'm going to succeed because I'm going to have to come back? One of the things that you can do, and we've told people to do this, and in fact we're having someone visit us week after next, come over to Germany or the Netherlands or Spain on vacation. Check it out.
Always. I mean, you're allowed to come here visa-free for 90 days.
Correct.
Come on over for a couple of weeks. I mean, Germany might not be what you want anyway.
Correct.
Maybe your place is France. Or Portugal. Or Italy.
Yes.
Or Greece.
Yes.
I mean, there's a bunch of other places in Europe besides Germany. But as far as knowing whether or not you will succeed, you don't really know. Nobody does. Mm-hmm. I mean, because anything could happen at any time. None of us knew if we'd succeed.
That is correct.
You want to share your story on that?
Well, I mean, succeed we did.
Yeah.
We absolutely did.
We did, but yeah, when everyone gets on that plane, you never know what could happen.
No, you don't. But.
Big butts.
There is the new opportunity card that we've talked about a few times. So perhaps you deregister, which is just telling the sheriff's office in Florida, the big F, where you live. Let them know that you're leaving the country, and be honest. Tell them you're going to go look for a job. Yep. And if you find a job, you're not coming back. Come over here. Like Justin just said, you have 90 days that you can stay here visa-free. And in those 90 days, you got a chance of finding a job. Really. And under the opportunity card, you only need a part-time job. Believe me, there are an unlimited number of part-time jobs available. So you get one of these part-time jobs just to get your permission to stay, because at that point you would just go down to the city hall, more or less. I'm simplifying it. Go down to the city hall, register your new job, get permission to stay, and then when you find a more permanent job, or maybe your part-time job turns into something permanent, you stay.
Mm-hmm. Contracts can change, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could get hired on to a company, and they just, want to see how you are. So they give you a part-time gig, 20 hours
it's basically
a week.
What I do at work.
You work there 6 months or whatever, and they're like, hey, we really like you. We want to give you a full-time contract. Mm-hmm. Will you stay? Mm-hmm. Bam. You're in like Flint. I mean, that's it.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, so.
I do it at work routinely.
But as far as that goes, yeah, you just, you tell them you're leaving. When you go to do the deregistering process, you tell them you're leaving. You give them an address, because you do have to have a place to come to. You don't want to come here and live in a hotel. So you give them an address of an apartment that you would have already found. Mm-hmm. Okay. And yeah, you can tell them you're going to succeed and you're not coming back, and they can kiss your ass. I mean, don't say it like that.
If you got a big butt, a big, I can't.
The last thing you really want to do is piss off, the sheriff or whoever, is handling your paperwork, because Grady Judd will be there waiting for you with a cat of nine tails when you come home. So just keep that in mind.
And that look of glee in his eye.
A twinkle. Moving on. Expat Will, 29. He says, apply for a work visa first or literally just come over and look for work. That is a common question. I've seen that a lot on Discord from the Patreon folks. I've seen that a lot in the comments. I thought we had addressed this previously. Maybe we didn't here on YouTube, but I know in the meetings, the Patreon community meetings, we've gone over this before. But both are plausible options.
Depends on your circumstances.
It really does. As an American, you don't have to apply for a work visa at the German embassy in the U.S. before you come here. You don't. You have the privilege, which is one of the few nice things that you get for being an American, is that you don't have to have a visa. You can come here, find a place, find a job, and apply for residency. 90% of the world can't do that here.
That's correct.
That is a benefit.
And one you ought to take advantage of.
Yeah, it really is something you can take advantage of. And I don't recommend applying for a work visa before you come, because they're going to want to make sure you already have that job contract lined up. You already have a place to stay. You have everything taken or set up and ready to go.
Which effectively mandates the fact that you would have had to have found a job in the first place.
Right.
And I will tell you from personal experience, when I say personal experience, people that I have worked with, 99.9% of companies in Germany are not going to offer you a contract if you are not in the country for a personal interview. Right. Because nobody wants to extend a contract to you not knowing if you're going to get a visa. Not knowing if you're going to get the work visa or that you have the money to come over. No company's going to take that risk. So my personal recommendation would be line up some interviews, deregister, take a vacation and come over here, go through those interviews. And I can think of one person in particular that was working for Amazon, for the Amazon warehouse. He got a job interview set up before he got here, came here, interview went well, he got the work permit, end of story. That's my recommendation.
Yeah.
Not knowing your particular circumstances, of course.
The only visa, if you're going to try to go that route, you don't even need to do that for the opportunity, the chance card. You can do that here.
The opportunity visa specifically says you can come to Germany first.
Yeah. So, there's really no need to go the work visa route before you get here as an American. I mean, you could if you were getting poached by a German company or like an American affiliate that you already work for, who is in Germany and they just want to transfer you. Like, you can do it that way, but it's not necessary. And they're much more likely to scrutinize your application at the embassy.
I think so.
Than they are here.
Even as an American.
Yeah, at the immigration building. So, yeah, just come here. Just make it easier on yourself.
And make it more pleasurable. It's just a nice place to take a
Everybody
vacation.
loves a pleasurable experience. And we highly recommend you try it sometime.
Pleasurable experiences, yes.
Moving on.
Please.
Okay, this next one comes from our friend Indian Currytail. How are you doing, Mr. Currytail?
I've seen that name.
Yes. He leaves a lot of comments.
Okay.
Is snow shoveling a profitable business in Germany? Well, Mr. Currycell, if it snowed, I'm sure it could be.
I was just going to make the comment. I've lived here almost 6 years, and I don't think we've had anything more than 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, you might get some dandruff
Bavaria,
fall off.
Bavaria.
Yeah, that's true. If you live in the mountains or something.
I'm going to say no, because in Bavaria, since I've been here, I think we've had 3 times the entire state was snowed in, and the German military is responsible for going in and clearing out the roads and bringing things. In fact, no, even here in the city where we live, or we don't live in a city, in the town where we live, we've got those little snow vehicles.
Snow shoveling is probably contracted out by the government, like everything else. It's a bureaucracy.
I don't think there's any private snow shoveling.
I mean, you could probably shovel your neighbor's driveway if they have a driveway and you have neighbors.
Or, I mean, if you're just in the mood to shovel, you can move out in the country, and there's all kinds of stuff to shovel out there.
Most places you live, there's nothing to shovel. You might not even have a walkway. You know, your front door might just open to the road. So I don't believe that would be a profitable business.
No. It's a good try, though. But who wants to do manual labor? I mean, are they going to give you a work permit for manual labor?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine immigration is going to give you a residence permit and a work permit to go shovel snow for 5 hours a week, 2 months out of the year.
But wait a second, let me turn this into a decent question. But
I
have 2 people on staff right now in my office who are paid to do nothing but clean. And that's an entry-level job anyway.
Well, yeah, okay. In that case, if you were working for a contractor or a company that did stuff like that, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's always possible.
But the idea being that a menial labor job, because minimum wage in Germany is enough to live on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, okay.
Take your chances. Jay Alexander, what is your take on getting dual citizenship based on your grandparents' ancestry? Okay. Well, yeah, some places do grandparents.
I think Hungary does. I think the Czech Republic does. This is off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Germany does not. They used to. I tried that because my grandparents were German. I tried that. It did not work. The law was changed, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago to where it has to now be your direct parent. So grandparents in Germany, no. But I do believe there are a couple other places that do.
Greece, I believe, does that. I believe one gentleman, that's how he got, or no, his father, I think, was Greek. That helps if your parents are
your parents,
European.
absolutely.
Yeah, grandparents, you have to look at the country in question and check out their immigration laws. Mm-hmm. Some of them will allow it if your grandparents were citizens. Some places, they can't have given up that citizenship. You know, some places, it really depends. Check all over Europe, you know, depending on, who is it? Mr. Alexander, whatever your grandparents' nationality is, check and see. Contact a lawyer in that country, an immigration attorney.
But let me ask this. If you come in on an American passport, you're going to get into any country in the EU.
Right.
You get a job, they're going to let you stay. And when you decide, which is what I'm in the process of doing right now, to take on the citizenship of the country you're living in, you just take dual citizenship and be done with it.
Yeah, you could do it yourself.
So I think you're asking,
manually.
Can you automatically get that citizenship? In some countries, yes, not Germany.
In some cases, but yeah, like Steve said, you really don't need to. I mean, you can get it yourself and then pass that on down to your kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for the question, Mr. Alexander. Curtis Roberts, 9375. I am on disability. Could receive that and come over and visit. I am on disability. Could receive that. Okay. I think I read that comment correctly. I am on disability. Can I still receive that and come over and visit? Visit, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with visiting. Really, I mean, at least you'd have money.
Yeah, I know that with retirement, and somebody wrote me an email recently saying that I had made a comment about you give up your social. I can't remember. They said something that I absolutely 100% never said.
Right.
If you've earned something in the United States, military retirement, government retirement, post office retirement, a settlement from an injury or something like that, and you move over here, you keep that. You earned it. It's yours. You get to continue to use that over here. Disability, if it was just like a supplemental, social support from the government, I'm not sure that would carry over. Simply because if the Americans are giving you disability money to get treatment, they're expecting you to spend that money in the United States on treatment. They don't expect you to come over and support the German health system with that money.
Yeah, our taxes already do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have 100% medical coverage. So disability, not sure. Everything else, I'm very certain comes with you.
Yeah. Now, if you are also meaning, can you come over and living off of a disability check that you get? Because I'm not sure how to interpret the question. Because if it's just a visit, yes, anybody can visit for any reason, whatever. But to come over and live, like to retire, just getting like SSI or VA benefits or something
if
alone.
If it was guaranteed income, I'm going to tell you go try Denmark because Denmark allows.
Yeah, there's places you could go, but
Denmark specifically
probably not
allows
Germany.
that. Not Germany.
Mm-mm. Yeah, there's no retirement options here. There are in some countries in Europe, but just not here.
There's a thought. What if someone was of retirement age in the United States, came over here on the opportunity card to get a part-time job? There's your visa to stay.
Well, again, that's only going to be good for a year.
No, but it's extendable to 3 years.
Oh, okay. So they stay for 3 years. You can stay for 3 years.
And in 3 years, you got plenty of time to find a full job.
Yeah, you'd still have to work full time eventually.
But that would now what I'm saying would depend, I think, on whether you had like a permanent payment, like a guaranteed payment of disability. Not sure. That's interesting question.
It is an interesting question. And that is going to do it for this week's episode. Hopefully, we were able to answer your questions, and you're satisfied with those answers.
I guess I don't know how intelligible our answers were tonight, but
yeah,
we do the best we can with the questions we get. Is that fair?
Exactly.
But we're enjoying them. Please keep them coming.
Yeah, I don't do spell check or anything on your questions when I try to fumble over them. You
don't do spell check on your emails at work. What are you talking about?
So, but again, thanks guys for all your questions. Keep them coming. I mean, down in the comments, please, if you have questions, give them to us so we can give you more answers. And if you'd like, come on over to our Patreon channel, join the community, help support what's going on here. Join our meetings every Sunday and get on Discord with all of us, and you can chat regularly. So until next time,
be safe, be smart.
Ciao, ciao.
Choose. Thank you.